He wasn't an American high school sensation with a viral Ballers Life mixtape, and he wasn't appearing on House of Highlights every week, but Luka Doncic was dominating in Europe way before he came to the NBA.
Luka is now. Luka is for real now. He's past that next step after his first season. You knew.
And he's also was the ring leader of the most efficient offense in NBA.
Combined with the game he has, this might be the biggest star in the NBA.
Luka Doncic is one of the NBA's brightest stars. At only 24 years old, Luka is definitely both the present and the future of the league, having not even reached his peak yet, but still dominating the basketball courts. Although Luka takes every club game seriously and doesn't hold back against anyone, there is something even more meaningful for him, and that is international basketball. Unlike most NBA superstars, Luka Doncic does not like to skip the international tournaments. Matter of fact, Luka has gone out of his way multiple times to say that as long as he is healthy and fit to play, he will always represent his country Slovenia in every tournament they participate in. In 2016, when there were doubts whether he was going to play for Slovenia, Serbia, or Spain, Luka said that he was going to represent Slovenia for the rest of his career, as long as he is healthy. Recently, he said the same thing when he was asked about star players sitting out the 2023 FIBA World Cup. It is important. Every time I can play for the national team, I will play. Representing your country, you are always motivated no matter what happens in the season. Obviously, it was disappointing that we could not make the NBA playoffs, but playing for your country is special. It is from the heart. And representing your country, it is amazing. It is obvious that Luka is patriotic and considers playing for one's country to be a very strong and unique feeling. For him, it is always an honor for the athlete to be invited to suit up and represent his national team. Let's see what else makes Luka so special and different from most NBA superstars. Although Luka has been used to the pressure of carrying a team, the pressure for him to perform for Slovenia has just gotten even bigger after Dragic finally announced his national team retirement. Luka and Slovenia have managed to win the gold medal in the 2017 Eurobasket, but since then, they have been sent out of competitions with no medals. If Luka and Slovenia plan on achieving similar results to the one in 2017, the Slovenians need Luka healthy and in top shape. And as of now, Luka has been doing just that in the group stage against Venezuela and Georgia, leading the Slovenians to victories that secured their advancement in the playoff stage. We all know that throughout Luka's career, he has sometimes struggled with his conditioning. This summer, however, Luka has had extra motivation to work on his body, with the disappointing end of the season with the Mavericks and missing the playoffs, as well as this tournament being the first one without Dragic as his partner in crime. According to his trainer and the eye test as well, Luka has been working on his conditioning throughout the entire summer. I can confirm that Luka was extremely motivated after last season. He is the best prepared he has ever been. In the USA, he will have to make sure that there are no drops in physical fitness. Therefore, a lot of work awaits him even after the end of the national team campaign. He will have to maintain the way of life he built in Slovenia. The national team always gives extra motivation for Luka to get better in his craft. Being born in a small country in Eastern Europe, Luka comes from a very different culture from the one he has been placed in the last 10 years of his life. Without a doubt, he has been surrounded with amazing people, coaches, and players from all around the world. But as he has said, nobody comes close to his national team teammates. He considers them as brothers, saying that he has always had a special relationship with his Slovenian teammates. In a rare occasion where Luka missed some games for Slovenia, he announced it by sending a powerful and inspiring message to his teammates ahead of the games versus Latvia and Turkey. The last weeks following my arrival in America have been an incredible carousel of cravings and new excitements. It is difficult to describe how eagerly and enthusiastically I'm waiting for the games with the Dallas Mavericks and to begin the hard work to achieve the goals that we have set up with the team. Before that, I want to share my feelings with you, my teammates, my brothers. I know that everyone knows that there's no greater honor for me than playing for my homeland. My thoughts are with you who are preparing for the World Cup qualifiers. Although I cannot be with you, I'm sure you will do your job well. One of my most important achievements in my life was being part of the winning team that won the first and only gold medal in Slovenia. My intention is to be one of the leading members in our next battle in an elite-level competition. Next month, I'll be watching and cheering. But to my boys, show them who you are. Continue what we healed together. I'll be with you soon. He obviously does not do this before he misses a game with the Dallas Mavericks, and it shows that there are levels to his priorities in his career. And his teammates feel that way too, as wherever they go and whoever they face, right now they are considered as a serious threat because they have Luka on their team. Nobody takes Slovenia lightly anymore, even though they may not have as strong of a roster as they did in 2017. Pripalic, a EuroLeague veteran and a teammate of Luka for Slovenia, has stated that Luka is the guy for Slovenia. With the presence of Luka, they always count us as one of the favorites for winning medals in the biggest competitions. However, it is not only his skills that make Luka important for the Slovenian national team, but his presence in practice and out of the courts as well. He's a great person, a huge competitor. Obviously, on the court, he makes everybody better. He takes the maximum out of us. And of course, the excitement is even bigger when he's with us. He's a really funny guy, a family person, really kind. He really knows how to treat people around him, that everybody feels comfortable and important. What earns Luka even more respect is the fact that he always goes out of his way to represent Slovenia. And despite how hard of a season he has had before international basketball starts, Doncic is always prepared to suit up for his country. Just knowing to represent your country and being able to be on the biggest stage is a big motivation for all of us. And his teammates don't take this for granted at all, playing hard in every game and giving their all. Then, another reason to give the maximum in every practice and every game on a daily basis is Luka, because we want Luka always to be here with us and we want him. And he, as a competitor, is a guy that always wants to win every single game. Obviously, we have to be on the right level every day. So, personally between each other, we don't need to say many things. This level of respect is something that is very hard to earn, especially at such a young age. But Luka has managed to do so by always suiting up and giving his all for Slovenia and his teammates as well. What sets Luka Doncic apart from many superstars, let alone regular players, is that he has that old-school baller mentality. In today's world, NBA players secure their financial well-being after securing a contract in the league. Teams have been handing out crazy amounts of money, and with that, many players defocus from the grind and get into the sweet things life has to offer. While that is not bad at all, it takes away from the competitive spirit of the sport. We see a lot of players like James Harden, for example, partying during the season, or making some actions while drunk like Morant, or Ben Simmons pulling all-nighters for streaming and gaming. And while Luka Doncic parties as well, probably even harder than most guys in the league, he knows when it is time to stop and get back to the grind. When it is time to work, there are no distractions, no parties, no gaming. Not a single thing is of higher priority than basketball. Unlike most players, Luka does not have a hobby that is more important than basketball. But also Luka is not a family man yet, so he doesn't carry the weight of being a father and a husband just yet. We all know how much Luka loves Slovenia. For him, playing for his country is not only a blessing, but an honor as well. Not many young players feel that way nowadays, as patriotism is not as evident in their mindset as much as in Luka's case. I mean, Luka has even tattooed Slovenia on his back. He has managed to put a small country of just around 2 million people on the biggest basketball stages in the world. And everybody in Slovenia is thankful for that. Luka is really appreciated and loved back home, and he tries to give that love back every time he suits up for his country's national team. With Luka being only 24 years old, he is still in the early stages of his legendary career. He is already one of the best European players at club level, and is one of the best individuals in the NBA as well. Despite not having as much team success as he did in Europe, he is still young and has plenty of time to achieve something great. The Dallas Mavericks are all in on keeping Luka happy and satisfied, so we'll see what the future holds for them. However, what Luka may lack in his collective success portfolio in the NBA, he more than compensates for it with his international career, something that many star players of today may lack due to their refusal to show up in international competitions. Luka is already a European champion and has also led Slovenia to the 4th place in the 2020 Olympics. And at the age of 24, there is a lot of basketball ahead of him and Slovenia. While the Slovenian roster is not as strong as it once used to be outside of Doncic, the boy wonder's talents alone make them a tough opponent every game. Having Luka paired up with a couple of NBA players, a couple of EuroLeague and some Euro Cup players should be more than enough for him to get the Slovenians over the edge once again. As there is plenty of Luka Doncic basketball ahead of us, we will for sure see some more noise from Slovenia on the international basketball stage in the future.